All right, y'all. We done did it. We done did it. Ethereum has hit $3,000. This is a huge milestone. A huge milestone for me. And I know for a lot of us. We will be live in 3 minutes. Please stand by. Hey, shout out to C137. Shout out to Bar None Off Grid. Shout out to Flathead. Thank you guys for being here on this late night stream. My condolences to Jason Robertson, who forgot to raise his take profit. Oh man, I've been there, bro. I was there when ETH hit 2,500. Yeah, guys, FOMO into the like button, the Jason Casper like button. Let's get that, let's get that up to 3,000. If we can get the Jason Casper like button up to 3,000 in this video, I will give away zero point 0.1 Bitcoin to a lucky winner, and I mean that. 0.1 Bitcoin. Let's get it. David Prezenioloso, you bought the course, still waiting for the email. Hey, you know, reach out to us, man. Reach out to me either in Discord or um, I'll have Big Butts 28. She's the other owner of the Discord. She'll reach out to you. Flathead, Big Butts 28. Big Butts 28. She's the other owner of this Discord. Yeah, so she can help you out if you guys have any questions. Shout out to Starcadian117, A-Dog Crypto, Bitcoin, Ether, Doge, or all three. Hey, why not all three? This is so crazy, guys. Ethereum is $3,019. All right, we are live. Let's just jump right into this, guys. This is insane. Ethereum right now is $3,023.20. It's actually surreal to me. It is absolutely surreal. I'm in a trade right now, up 100% on Ethereum, which that's a lot of percent for me. I know some of y'all out there be doing like 2,000%. Okay, for me, 100% is a lot. Bitcoin also pumping like crazy right now. Oh man, we just hit our second take profit. I gotta post this in the Discord because I had posted this trade entry yesterday, and this is our second take profit. Man, look at this. I wonder if we're gonna hit 59K. That's a very significant level. I know I'm just kind of babbling right now, but there's so much crazy stuff going on. Look at this candle. Look at that candle. It's insane. That's insane. All right, take profit 2 hit. Boom. All right, guys. If you're interested in joining this Discord where I post my Bitcoin trade setups, my altcoin trades, my Ethereum trades, you can become a Patreon over on patreon.com/Jason Casper. Man, these are some crazy times, guys. These are some crazy times. Shout out to UT Marine at 1169, trying to figure out what a good take profit zone would be. Hey man, my philosophy is take profit when you are in profit, because nobody ever went broke taking profit. I've been taking profit the whole way up on this trade here. And wow. Okay, so let's talk about Ethereum. First of all, may God bless all of you in the mighty name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. I hope all of you are blessed, more so than making money. I hope all of you are blessed in many ways, more than just financial. But here we are with Ethereum. I want to talk about Ethereum. I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin. Then I want to get into Market Cipher, how we can use Market Cipher to find some good trade entries. So basically, where we're at right now with Ethereum is we've just surpassed the psychological level of $3,000. And the reason I say psychological level is because people have been waiting for this 3,000 level, and I feel like we are going to run into some kind of resistance here. In fact, I was really watching to see, are we going to reject off of this level? Are we going to reject off of this level? It looks like for right now, we're not rejecting, right? We are continuing to climb up, All right, so on Market Cipher B, on the 1 day, it looks like momentum is really about to slow down, right? We can see the waves are starting to curve. We can see that the light blue is starting to curve behind the dark blue. The VWAP is starting to come down here. And we really are overdue for some kind of a correction for ETH. I mean, for the past, how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. 9 daily candles. We've been in this uptrend. It's absolutely crazy, and the way things are going, we very well might keep on pumping. We can see on the 12-hour, even though things are getting overheated on the oscillator, we still have what I would consider some time, right? We've had momentum waves on the 12-hour, come up higher than where we are right now. I would say, right around this area, if we draw a horizontal line on Market Cipher B. We've had waves come up to the 75 line. Right now, we're only at the 65 line. We've even had a wave for Ethereum come up to the 94 line. And right now, we're only on the 65 line. So if things just really keep pumping here, we could very easily see this wave continue to the upside like this. Might come up a little bit higher. It even might come all the way up here. We don't really know. But as far as targets go, for me, I'm right now just using fib extensions. Let me hide these drawings for a second here and just kind of show you guys how I'm setting my targets for the take profit. I'm just using the fib extension tool, the trend-based fib extension. I'm taking it from this swing low here to this swing high up here, and then I'm pulling it down. And as you can see, these orange lines that I have drawn here are basically our fib extensions. The 618 is right down here at 25.45, and then we have the 786, which is right here about 27.17, 27.14 thereabouts. And then the one we just passed right here, where we found a little bit of support for a while, for about a day, at the 29.20. And really our next level, I would say, is probably right here around 3,200. Around 3,200. So my next target for Ethereum is 3,200, which is about, from where we are right now, another 5, almost 6%. So are we going to get there right away? Well, the way things are going, this is crazy. The way things are going, we very well might. The money flow on the 4-hour is getting super thick, and the way it works is money flow. The money flow in Market Cipher B is literally showing us money coming into the asset, and look at how thick this thing is right now. It hasn't been this thick. I'll just draw a line to where we are. If we draw lines on Market Cipher B, we can kind of gauge, how much money is coming into Ethereum right now. And I don't know if we've had this much money coming into Ethereum We have not had this much money coming into Ethereum since July 2020. That's crazy. Let's see what happened on July 2020, back when Ethereum was just this insignificant little tiny $200 coin. Isn't that crazy, guys? Less than a year ago, we could have gotten Ethereum for just $200, and now here we are at a $3,000 Ethereum. That's absolutely insane. So yeah, the last time money flow was this thick, guys, we experienced a very significant pump. In fact, when the money flow was this thick, it was actually kind of the beginning of the pump. Once the money flow got to the thickness that it's at right now, we still got another 55%, 56%, okay? 56% from the last time this money flow was this thick. If we come back right here, let's just, for curiosity's sake, measure what would another 55% do to the Ethereum price right now. That would put us at about, man, hang on guys, I need more screen space. 55%. That would put us at a $4,700 Ethereum. That's crazy. That really is crazy. So the last time money flow was this thick, we still came up another 55%. And just out of curiosity, let me mark a line up here at this 55%. Let's just see if that matches up with a fib target, just out of curiosity. I know this is kind of sloppy, guys, because I have all my levels marked out here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it from the swing low to the swing high. Hang on, I pulled it from the wrong place. I'm pretty sure this is the fib pull that I was using. Yep, this is the fib pull. Okay, it's a little bit higher than this 4.236. So maybe, you know, we could say that potentially we could see a $4,500 Ethereum, because that is a fib target. And the last time money flow was this thick, we came up another 55%. So, you know, I'm just talking big picture here. By the end of the bull market, obviously, people are talking about Ethereum coming up to people are talking about Ethereum coming up to, you know, to $10,000 in this bull market. But right now, this is where we find ourselves. And yeah, shout out to Jared Brown, who says FOMO into the like button, y'all. Yeah, guys, FOMO into the like button. Like I said, you know, it's definitely not going to happen. We only have 468 people. But if we can get 3,000 likes during this stream, I will give away 0.1 Bitcoin. I will give away 0.1 Bitcoin, and I will give away the trading course to 3 people. So, yeah, let's get these likes up, guys. I don't think that's possible. 3,000. Y'all are gonna have to go into other streams and get people in here. BitBoy thinks that Ethereum will hit 27K. Hey, I think eventually ETH will hit 27K. I mean, really. I mean, by Valentine's Day, Big Butts 28 is sitting right next to me. She says ETH will hit it will hit 27K by Valentine's Day. And yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Okay, so what about entries into Ethereum? Because we're in this serious uptrend, and to be honest with you guys, I haven't really seen any kind of good entry here since, you know, back on April 29th, when we kept crashing, not crashing, but having these rejections off of these this fib extension area. And you know, believe it or not, I actually shorted Ethereum twice here, and I almost got wrecked, right? Not really, though. I actually hit a few take profits and got out of there with a tiny little win, but I thought we were going to come down more. So if you're trying to enter Ethereum in an uptrend, there's actually ways we can do it just by using Market Cipher without even really looking at our actual levels. We can still use Market Cipher to kind of tell when the dips are over and when we can get in on a good entry. Yeah, Jason Robertson is about to make 2,800 more YouTube accounts. Actually, bro, you got to make 3,022 YouTube accounts, because that's the current price of Ethereum. So let me real quick before I go into finding the good entries. Let's go over to Bitcoin, and let's just take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is doing very well. Like I said, I'm actually in 2 Bitcoin trades right now. I'm in one trade that I've been in for quite some time. I think I've been in it since like right around here, right around 54 or something, right before this massive pump. And then I'm in another one from somewhere in these candles here. The one trade is up 65%. Wow, this is crazy. 101%. And the other trade is up, let me see here. The other trade is currently up about 2%. Just a little scalp trade. But for Bitcoin, really, here's what I'm looking for, guys. Well, let me go to the daily. Actually, let me get a fresh chart. Let me get a fresh Bitcoin chart here. I like to keep it fresh when I'm analyzing the corn. But if I go to the daily and I just zoom out here, I was saying, I think that typically when we get these kind of corrections, we usually have it happens in 3 waves, right? 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. And so I was expecting us to come down, get a bounce to either 58K or possibly even 61K. And then I'm actually looking for us to get a rejection and come back down lower. So right now I'm keeping my eye on around $59,000, and I will be looking for some kind of rejection from this area right here. I would actually be looking to hey, I got a vertical line right here. I would be looking to potentially come down and enter a short position right here, to come down potentially even to lower levels than where we came right here, but maybe not. But I do think that if we surpass $63.3 thousand, that we're gonna hit an all-time high. We are definitely going to hit an all-time high if we surpass that. Let me just mark out a few levels here and kind of show you guys where my mind is at as far as the Bitcoin goes. So first of all, if we go to the weekly time frame, we can see very clearly that we do have the weekly level right here at about $58.9 thousand. And then of course we have another weekly level right down here at about 51K. And then if we turn on our volume indicator here, we can kind of see that we have like a high volume node right up here at about $63,000. This is why I do believe if we can get past 63,000, we're going to see an all-time high, because that is a high volume node up there. And of course, this 59K level is also, as we can see right here, a high volume node. So there's a lot of confluence here. Oh, and not only is the 63 level a high volume node, but if we pull out our fib and we take it from let's go to the daily time frame. If we pull out our fib and we take it from the swing low, no, where was I taking this thing from? Of the most recent move. Actually, here, let me pull this up on this chart here. Yeah, if we pull our fib from the this low right here, this last swing low right here, up to this swing high, we can see that 59K level is also the 618 retracement. So I think that's a level to keep our eyes on, to potentially make a move there. There's a lot of confluence right there. So I think these are just some areas that we should keep our eyes on as far as where we should be looking for price to reject off of, where we should be looking for price to bounce off of. If we come to the daily time frame, obviously we have the what's a very significant level on the daily time frame is the 54K level right here. Back in February, this was a very respected level. Of course, the 55K level too, right around here. This is the high volume node point of control right here. Okay, so these are just some levels that I'm marking out where, we can kind of see that Bitcoin will probably get a reaction of some sort at these areas, right? If we come up to 59K, I'll definitely be looking for a trade right there. If we come up higher to this level right here, 61.1, this is a daily level of support and resistance, because this was the all-time high candle close back in March when we got that pump. Yeah, so these are areas to really keep your eyes on. Shout out to Enoch Crystallion for the super chat. Yeah, shout out to you. Brian Roberts says, hodl for your life, you'll thank yourself later. Money flow coming in, says Bob Bayer. Oh, the volume indicator. Rob Christie wants to know about the volume indicator. Okay, so the volume indicator is you're going to come into TradingView and you're just going to type in visible range. And it's this one right here. It's just your standard TradingView indicator. And I like to set mine to about 200 because it gives me higher resolution. And then, what we're just looking for is we're looking for areas where a lot of volume was traded. So basically, this is showing us here, instead of like the regular volume indicator, which shows us what time the volume was traded at, like this goes by time, how much volume was traded during this candlestick. This will tell us how much volume was traded at this price. And then the red line will tell you the area at which most of the volume was traded during the price action, which we see on the screen. And really, any place that you see a spike in volume, that's considered a high volume node, and that can be used as an area of support or resistance that you can then use to make trades. So basically, guys, when I'm drawing out my levels of support and resistance, there's pretty much three things I use. First, I just use regular support and resistance that I draw by eye with my eye, and the way I do that is I take a look at the chart and I start to the left, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to find areas where the candles, where there's a lot, like a sticking point, where the candle bodies open and close a lot. And so you can see right here at about 56.4 thousand, right, we had a daily candle come up to this level, and it stopped right here on this line, and then this acted as support, and then it was acting as resistance, then support again, and if anybody happens to not know what support and resistance is, support is like the floor that keeps the price from falling below. We can see price tried to come through and was unable, tried to come through and was unable, tried to come through and was unable. And resistance is like the ceiling. We can see the same line acting as support here, but then later we can see price tried to come above and was unable, price tried to come above and was unable. And then we can see it acting as support again. Price tried to come below and was unable. And when we find these areas where price finds a sticking point, it means that there was a lot of liquidity in the market. There was a lot of buying and selling in the market. And price will tend to retrace back to those areas because the market will remember that a lot of buying and selling happened here. So we can kind of expect when price does retrace, because that's what happens, right? In an uptrend, we'll have a big movement upwards, and then we'll have a retracement or a little pullback. Then we'll have a big movement upward and a retracement. Then we'll have another movement upward and another retracement. And when price does retrace during an uptrend, we can expect it to come back down to these areas where price has historically found a sticking point. And we can just go ahead and, mark these out wherever we see that on the chart. And, we're looking to the left. We're going to find areas where the candle bodies have, they find the sticking point where the candles open and close. And I like to do this on the daily time frame. I like to do this on the weekly time frame. And if I'm trading like intraday, I will do it on the 4-hour time frame. I will do it on even the 1-hour time frame, even the 5-minute time frame. But if you're just trying to get overall market structure, I like to do it generally on the I like to do it on the daily and the weekly. Shout out to Raphael Marty, who says, how come Ethereum just keeps going up? The daily is way too extended. I don't get it. Where's the logic here? Raphael, when things pump, like the way Ethereum is pumping right now, sometimes there's just so much momentum and there's so much hype and everybody's FOMO buying that it will just keep that thing going. And it's important to remember that the oscillators, whether you're looking at Market Cipher B, like we have right here, or you're looking at just a normal RSI, these are actually showing us the strength of the trend. Showing us the strength of the trend. What's that? Oh, it didn't post in the Discord, huh? You could post it. Big Butts 28 is sitting right next to me, and she let me know that this video did not post in the Discord. So let me go ahead and post this in the Discord, and so that people can see it. Yeah, if we can get 3,000 likes, you know, I will give away 0.1 Bitcoin. I will give away 0.1 Bitcoin. Yeah, so, wow, 104%. That is crazy, guys. This is crazy. I usually don't, this is a very good trade for me. It's a very good trade for me. I haven't had a trade that high in quite some time. I don't think since January when I was in that crazy Bitcoin trade. But yeah, this is just showing us the strength of the trend. Even though it's overextended, the higher this thing goes, the stronger the trend is, the stronger the momentum is. And of course, what goes up must come down. That's just the laws of Bitcoin and Ethereum physics. But you know, there's no saying that this just can't keep going up. The stronger the momentum is, the longer this will just keep going up. And so JD Rogers says the volume for ETH is getting weaker. Do I think that is going to cause it to dump? Yeah, eventually. Like, we can't, you know, when we get to these all-time highs, of course the volume is going to be weaker. That's just the way it has to be. The volume is going to be weaker, and we can even see on Bitcoin, right? If we go back to Bitcoin and we put back on our volume indicator, we can see that, look, these all-time highs have very, very low volume. Very low volume. There's just not enough volume to sustain the move upwards. So eventually, yeah, we are going to come down. Absolutely. Eventually, we are going to come down. With Ethereum as well. If we go to Ethereum, you know, we can see same deal right now. Like, compared to the volume that we were trading back just a few days ago, last week, I mean, we have very, very low volume compared to that at these prices here. Extremely low. It's extremely low. Of course, that's because we have no history of trading in this range here, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to the Honorable Mikey. God bless you too, Mikey, in Jesus' name. CME gaps. I mean, they tend to get filled, but this has been a crazy weekend, guys. This is the first Sunday in a long time, I think, that we pumped. Is today Sunday, Big Butts 28? Yes, today is Sunday. That's good to know. Yeah, my secretary, Big Butts 28, she keeps me on target here. Yeah, guys, so as far as marking out your levels, as far as that goes, like, you know, I like to use volume. And then I also, I like to use just the daily levels that I marked out here by hand, but then I also like to use volume. If you see that there's a high volume node somewhere where you have the visible range on, and you see that there's a spike here, you can just draw a line, a trend line right there, not a trend line, a horizontal line, and use that as a level also of support and resistance. And if you find, for example, like right here, I'll make my volume lines pink, and I'll make my my hand-drawn support and resistance lines orange. You can see that if there's confluence, right? Like if you see that your pink and your orange trend lines are right next to each other, what you can do is tell yourself, okay, this is a very strong zone of support and resistance. And you can kind of draw a box here and say, okay, this area is going to be a very tough resistance to get through. You know, if we come up to this 61K level, I can see that this is going to be a very tough resistance, because not only was there a lot of buying and selling here, which probably means when price comes back up, a lot of people are going to enter short positions from here, but also just historically, you know, we can see that this area was a place where price found a sticking point, just drawing with our eye these levels of support and resistance. And so, you know, that's how you're going to kind of set up your trades around those levels. And then you're going to use Market Cipher for confluence. And by the way, guys, if you don't have Market Cipher yet, you can click the link in the description of the video and get 5% off. If you use the affiliate link, CryptoFace hooked it up with a sweet 5% discount. And also, guys, if you want to learn this stuff in depth, support and resistance, Fibonacci, trend lines, moving averages, Market Cipher, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. It will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader. We've got the outline down here. But also, guys, it will basically teach you, well, first of all, I give you strategies that I actually do use. I actually do use these strategies that I teach you here, and I'm going to get into some of them in this video tonight. But also, the main goal of the course is to teach you how to create your own strategy that you can test, and be confident, right? Because if you're not confident, then your emotions are going to get to the best of you. If you're not confident, you're gonna flop and grope, right? Like, for example, I was in this trade. I posted it in my Discord last night. Where we at? Right here, potential Bitcoin trades. Last night, I was in bed. I was on my phone. I shouldn't have been. I should have been sleeping. Big Butts 28 was right next to me, and she was telling me, "Jason, it's time to go to sleep." I was like, but the Bitcoin markets are still open. And I longed Bitcoin right here at about $56.8 thousand because I saw, according to my strategy, that we were going to get some movement to the upside. And you know what happened? Do you know what happened all day today, even though I entered last night? Man, we hit one take profit, and then we kept dumping, coming back, dumping, coming back, dumping. I didn't get out of the trade. I did not get out of the trade because my indicators were telling me that we were going to pump. And I was trusting the indicators. And what do you know? What do you know? What do you know? Look at this. Look at this awesome pump right here. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was nervous, man. I was nervous. I was getting kind of nervous about it because, you know, for like 12 hours, more than that, less than that. Yeah, about 12 hours, we just kept trading in this range here. And every time we like tried to break out, I'm like, oh, are we going to hit our take profit? Nope, we came back down. But eventually we hit our take profit. And, you know, that's because I was confident in my strategy. And that's the goal of this course, is to give you a strategy that you can be confident in. What am I doing here? Yeah, so go to jasoncaspertrading.com. And actually, guys, let me drop a discount code in the chat here so that you can get a nice discount on that course. Let's see. Yeah. Here's a discount. Go to jasontrading.com and then use this code. I think it gives you 10% off. Yeah, guys, FOMO into that like button. Like I said, if we can get this video up to 3,000 likes, I will give away 0.1 BTC. 0.1 BTC. That's going to be pretty cool. I would love to give away 0.1 BTC. Yeah. So yeah, as we're looking at these charts for Bitcoin and Ethereum, to find really good entries, we want to mark out these levels of support and resistance. And then when price gets to these levels of support and resistance, then we want to go to Market Cipher and see if we can get a good entry, right? We want to see if we can find a good entry, because when price does come up to one of these levels, let me just kind of show you what I mean here. Like, for example, price came down to this high volume node earlier today at about, let's see the exact time if we go to the 4-hour time frame. Well, we came down here a lot. We came down to this low volume node a lot. And you know, we had an opportunity to enter here many times, and we can kind of tell what's going to happen when price comes down to these areas. Um, Let me just check this out. You can use horizontal levels of support and resistance. Another thing I love to use, guys, is the 21 EMA. If you are on the 4-hour time frame and price is trading above the 21 EMA, which is ribbon 5 on Market Cipher, and you see the price come down and pierce through that 21 EMA, what you want to do is you want to go down to like the 3-minute time frame, and you want to take a look. You want to take a look at what's happening here. Look at what happens when we come down and touch that 21 EMA on the 4-hour. What happens on Market Cipher B on these lower time frames? We can see that we are getting a divergence, direction, and a money flow cross. What I mean by that is this. A divergence means price is printing lower lows and momentum is printing higher lows. Right? We can clearly see price is printing lower lows and momentum is printing higher lows. That's called a bullish divergence. It means there's about to be a reversal. And then we see a clear direction of the money flow coming upwards like this, and we see a money flow cross. And as soon as we see that, if we are bouncing off of that 21 EMA, you can be very, very sure, I would say 95% sure, that you are going to get a very good little scalp trade there. Another way to do it is just looking for price to come to a level of resistance. So for example, we see price coming down to this level of resistance. And what do we see? Well, again, we see that the momentum is, the price is getting lower and the momentum is getting higher like this, right? We can clearly see that. And then we can see that we're holding this as support. And hey, shout out to Daniel Davis. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to you. So Market Cipher is printing higher lows. The price is printing lower lows. And then we're getting a clear direction also with the money flow crossing over. And then we can enter the trade and we get a significant move to the upside. And this is how we are going to find those really good trade entries. We're going to mark out our levels of support and resistance based on what we see with our eyes, based on volume, and honestly, guys, even based on Fibonacci, levels. So, again, let me just remove some of these lines here because these are for the trade that I was currently in. But if you find that you have drawn a line of support or resistance on the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, right, and then you pull out your fib, and you notice that where's my fib here? Did I delete my fib? That's so crazy. How could I have deleted my fib? Oh, that's a shame, guys. That's a shame. Well, anyway, that's a shame because I had it in a place that I really wanted it. Well, anyway, if you are drawing lines of support and resistance, right, and you pull out a fib, and right here, for example, you can kind of see that right around this 54K region, if I pull the fib from the swing low to the swing high of this move here, we can see that I'm getting also some confluence where the 618, a very reactive Fibonacci level, is right around this area of the 54K level. Then you can say, okay, there's a lot of confluence right here. There's a lot of confluence. Where if price does come down to this 54K level, I will be looking for some kind of a strong reaction, either a bounce. Definitely I would be looking for a bounce if we come down to the 54K level, because not only is it a fib level, but it's a daily level. And also, if we put back on our volume, is that a high volume area as well? It's right, there's the volume area kind of, maybe not 54K, but it's still a higher volume area than, let's say, the 54.5K to the 55K area. We can say this zone is a very reactive zone. We could draw a box between 54.5 and 50K and say, okay, in this area, there's a lot of things that are probably going to give the price a reaction. When price gets down there, then we're going to go to Market Cipher, and we're going to look for that entry. But I want to talk about something else here, guys. I want to talk about, if you're newer to this, and you haven't taken the course, or maybe you are taking the course, there are ways to find good entries, even if you're not necessarily proficient at drawing all these levels, using all these indicators and stuff, just by using Market Cipher. I've talked about this before, and I go over this in the course, but shout out to Here We Go Again, who asked to sleep. Much love from the UK. Shout out to all my UK people. Love you guys. I like your accent too. I always try to speak with an accent from the UK, but in order to do it, I have to get in the proper mindset. So let me see if I can do it real quick. All right. No, hang on. I can't tell if I'm. No, this is not right at all. It's not right at all. Hang on a second. All right. So the Bitcoin price is going pretty high right now. I think I'm a little bit Aussie right now too, mate. Yeah, my battery level. Guys, I'm gonna have, I'm here right now with no with no charger. Hey, shout out to SK, who's from Israel. Shalom achi, ma shlomcha? Hakol beseder? Okay, the volume indicator, guys, you're just going to go to indicators and type in visible range. Okay, and it's this right here, visible range. So even if we don't have all these levels marked, there are some strategies that you can use to find some really good entries in an uptrend, simply just using Market Cipher. And what I like to do is I like to find time frames that are divisible by 10. So for example, the 50-minute time frame. Oh, Israeli in Australia. Slicha. I'm sorry. Excuse me, I didn't know that. Cravex, how much have I made so far on this trade, on this ETH trade? On this ETH trade, I am currently up 102%. And on this BTC trade, 65%. And percentages are all that matter, guys. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It's all about percentages. It's all about percentages. People get hung up about, people comment, how much, do you think I can make $1,000 a day? Well, maybe if you have the capital, but it's about honing in your skill, because if you have the skill of trading, then it becomes irrelevant how much capital you have. If you're good with $100, you'll be good with 100,000. You'll be good with 100 million. But basically, what I do is I will take two time frames that are divisible by 10. So let's just, for example, let me open up a new document here. And what I mean by divisible by 10, like the 4-hour time frame. You guys know I use the 4-hour and the 24-minute time frame. But that's because the 4-hour time frame is really the 240-minute time frame, and I divide that by 10, and I get the 24-minute time frame. So you could do maybe the 60-minute, which is the 1-hour time frame, and then the 6-minute time frame, or you could do the 50-minute time frame and the 5-minute time frame, or maybe you could do the 180-minute time frame, right, which is the 3-hour, and then the 18-minute time frame. And what you're going to do is, I really find that it works well if you find these time frames that are divisible by 10, and if we're in an uptrend, you can kind of play around with these to find some really good entries, And shout out to Memory Man in the chat. Memory Man is he knows what's up. Memory Man knows what's up in the chat. King Rico, do I usually trade Bybit? I trade Bybit and I trade MARGEX. I've been trading MARGEX recently. It's a little bit different than Bybit. You cannot take partial profits in MARGEX, but I really like the interface because, oh, my laptop's about to die. I really like the interface because you can open multiple longs at the same time. So you could be in like 3 longs at the same time from the same account, and then instead of just starting with one trade, you would open 3 longs at the same time. Also, your limit orders get filled really, really, really fast um, on MARGEX. They get filled really, really fast. So like you can post a limit order. Um, I only have 8% now, man. You can do a limit order on MARGEX and it gets filled like that. Like it's really cool. So I've been using MARGEX, guys. If you want to check out MARGEX, I do have an affiliate link here. You can get $50 just for signing up, and then if you deposit 0.004 Bitcoin, you can get another $50. So you can basically get $100 for nothing. It's pretty cool. I'll drop a link in the description. Yeah. MMAC Videos wants to know if the withdrawals from MARGEX have been smooth. They have not been smooth. I'll be honest with you. I tried to withdraw some profit from MARGEX, and it took over 24 hours. It was just pending for so long, and I was like freaking out. I was freaking out because it was kind of like a big chunk of BTC. So, Randall Hudson, if you're so lost trying to learn, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. It's a comprehensive trading course. It will give you everything you need to know. You can even get 10% off if you use this coupon that I will drop in the chat. 10% off. Brandon, shout out to you, Brandon Roldan. Would I go into a trade that already print a green dot on the 4-hour and the 24-minute, or do you wait for the next wave? I wait. I need to enter fresh waves. Okay, somebody asks, Emery asks, what is the best thing to do with Ethereum to get more Bitcoin? Trade the Bitcoin Ethereum pair. Where is that? BTC, ETH, ETH, BTC. Trade the Bitcoin Ethereum pair, which is a really good pair to trade. And actually, this is actually looking kind of nice here, because we've just had a little pullback because of the, I guess, the recent pumpage of BTC. But if the problem with this right now, guys, this pair, is that everything is so high that it's tough to say that there's an objectively good entry. Like right now, if you're longing Bitcoin or Ethereum now, like, yeah, the price might go up, but it's objectively a bad entry, right? Longing the all-time high is objectively a bad entry. But perhaps, you know, if we're getting some downward movement, like if we get a dip, that's always a good time. But I mean, I think, and if we just take a look at the weekly time frame for the Bitcoin Ethereum pair, look at where the all-time high was, right? The all-time high, if you're trading Bitcoin Ethereum pair on Binance, you know, that's 200% just to get to the all-time high. And if we treat this like, you know, it's kind of hard to say, right? Because like, it's hard to pull a fib on this to kind of see what's up. But I think we have the potential for one Ethereum to be worth much more than this, even potentially during this bull market. You know, Ethereum, you know, could be $15,000-$20,000 by the end of this bull market, which would, you know, if Bitcoin gets up to $100,000 and Ethereum gets up to $20,000, that means we could, if we put our Bitcoin into Ethereum now, just hypothetically, not financial advice, but we could really earn 300% more Bitcoin by the end of this bull market just by trading the Bitcoin Ethereum pair. So, Alfredo Corona, man, shout out to you, my brother. Yeah, guys, we are gonna have to get a pullback soon. I mean, things just don't go up forever. The only thing that goes up forever is the Jason Casper like button. And you know, like I always say, you gotta FOMO buy into the Jason Casper like button, because it's going up forever. But anyway, let me get back into finding those good entries. Those good entries, you know, in the middle of an uptrend. Like I was saying, I like to use multiples of 10. So the 4-hour, which is the 240 minute, and the 24 minute, the 60 minute, the 6 minute, the 50 minute, the 5 minute. the 180 minute, the 18 minute. Pick your time frames. Make sure that you're using a big one and then divide the number of minutes by 10. And what you're going to do is you're going to come over here, and I'm just going to do the 50 minute and the 5 minute just as an example. And if you know that we're in a strong uptrend, right, like start on the 4 hour and you see, oh wow, look at this massive blue candle, Shout out to everybody who uses blue and purple candles, right? They are the best. I'm not going to lie, those blue and perps, blue and perp is the best. When you see that we're in an uptrend, like we currently are, right? Or even on the daily, if you see that we're in an uptrend, like we currently are, we've been for the past, since April 26th, we've been in this uptrend. Then you're biased toward those longs. And what you're going to do is you're going to come to your high time frame, and you're going to look for an anchor wave or a trigger wave on Market Cipher B. Shout out to C137. C137, man, I have to have you back on the stream, my brother. C137, guys, check out C137 if you have not. If you guys ever heard of YouTube.com, C137, I'll drop his YouTube channel in the description. Dude does really good TA. He streams almost every day. He's almost got 1,000 subs, guys. Let's get him up to 1,000 subs. He's got 974. Let's get him 26 of y'all. Just go over, subscribe to his channel. You'll be happy you did. Here's the link to his YouTube channel. Check him out. He's a cool guy. He's actually a really cool guy. I've talked to him a lot. He's a cool guy. Yeah. So what you're gonna do on your higher time frame is you're gonna look for either an anchor wave or a trigger wave. I tend to like to look for, if I'm anything less than the 2 hour time frame, I like to look for a green wave that prints under the 0 line. If I'm above the 2 hour time frame, like the 3 hour or the 4 hour, I'll just use any old green wave that prints. But if you know you're in an uptrend, then, like for example right here, the 50-minute time frame is printing this nice juicy, this beautiful, nice and juicy green trigger wave down below the 0 line right here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go to your 5-minute time frame, and let's see if we can find that exact spot. Yep. Here we are. Yep, we're here on our 5-minute time frame, and what we're going to look for when that 50-minute dot is printing, we are basically going to look for either whatever comes first, either a green trigger wave or a money flow crossover. Now in this case, the first thing that we see as soon as this 50-minute wave starts printing below the 0 line, the first thing we see is a trigger wave right here. You can see this trigger wave printing right here. Let me pull out my brush, right? Because we were getting this right here, this 50-minute wave, and then what we're looking for is either a trigger wave or a money flow crossover. Whichever comes first, that's where we're going to enter, and we get the trigger wave right here. And so we can enter on the 5-minute time frame. We don't even have to worry about support or resistance, and we can just set our long position right here. And the way we're going to set our take profit levels is, and the way we're going to set our stop loss and our take profit levels is like this, guys. We're always going to set our stop loss below the last swing low. And if anybody doesn't know what a swing low is, the swing low is where you can clearly see that the trend reverses, right? We can clearly see a V shape. So you're always going to put your stop loss below the swing low, and then you're going to set your take profits at levels of resistance or support, depending if you're longing or shorting. In this case, we're going to be longing only for this strategy. But I would be finding levels like, for example, right here. Okay, I'm going to make this line greenish blue so that we know it's like a 5-minute level. But you know, you're going to go back in time and see, okay, where did price find a sticking point in recent history on this time frame? And we can see 1, 2, 3, 4 times this line was respected. So I would set my first take profit here. And once we hit that first take profit, well, I can kind of move my stop loss up a little bit. And now I might take like 50% of my trade out right here. Because again, this is kind of like for scalping, right? And then I would set my next take profit level up here, because look at all the times that this line was respected. Maybe take out another 20% up here, that's 70% out of the trade. Now I can just move my stop loss into profit, and kind of let the rest ride and see how far it can take me. And you know, we could have actually stayed in this trade for quite some time and made a lot of profit. And of course, you don't have to take out 50%. But what it does, if you do take out 50% of your trade at the first take profit and let the rest ride, is it ensures that you're not going to be in a loss. And that's very important, because if you're not losing money, you're already better off than most people. Isn't that right, Big Butts 28? She says absolutely. Big Butts 28. Jesus Pedroza says, "Hey Jason, how can I take profit when you're in a long and the price reverses? Because when I try shorting it..." Okay, so Jesus, if you are in here, Jesus, go to my YouTube channel, bro. Go to youtube.com, and I don't know, has anybody ever heard of youtube.com? Go to youtube.com, go to videos, and come down to this here. No, not this one. Where is it? This one right here. Taking partial profits in Bybit. Taking partial profits in Bybit. I'll post this here in the stream. This will show you how to take partial profits. And yeah, shout out to Raymond Ann, who says rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. Right. If you're locking in profits, right, and you hit your first take profit, you take 50% of your trade out, move your stop loss into break even and let the rest ride, you're never going to lose money. At the very worst, you'll make a little money. At the very best, you'll make a lot of money. No, CryptoFace is not live. It's just old. It's old. I think he forgot to, he ended the stream, but I think that he didn't, oh wait, no, he is live. He's live again? No, this is an old video. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube still tells me that he's live. This was crazy, right? So CryptoFace went live, he was up, and then he was like deep in the hole. He was down like 80K, and then we got this massive pump. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, guys, like the video. If we get it to 3,000 likes, I'll give giving away 0.1 Bitcoin. So that's basically how we're going to find these entries. And it works, you know, I'd say most of the time. If you know, you're going to have the opportunity to get at least a little bit of profit. For example, like check this out. We print a green wave below the 0 line right here on the 50-minute time frame, right? I'll put a vertical line here so that we can save our spot. And then we come over to our 5-minute time frame. And what are we looking for on our 5-minute time frame? Well, we're looking for, as soon as that starts printing, either a trigger wave or a money flow across. The first thing we see is the trigger wave right here. And so we'd enter our position right here. Long position right here. And again, we have to set our stop loss below the last swing low. So that would have to be like right down here. And then, you know, because we're trading just with Market Cipher only, we're not using really any kind of levels to enter our trade. But where would you set your take profits? Well, I would set my take profit, my first one, I would look back in time and see where did price find a sticking point, and I say right here, because look, it acted as support, support again, support again, support again, then resistance, resistance, then resistance, resistance, so I kind of feel like price is probably going to come there. And where's the next take profit I would mark? I would probably mark, you know, to be totally real with you guys, I'd probably put it here, which we would miss that second take profit. So, you know, and then we would have gotten stopped out of that trade. So this is why it's so important to take profit when you're in profit, because you don't want to turn a winning trade into a losing trade. You know, if you follow this, you'll always have, not always, but a lot of times you'll have the opportunity to take profit. Don't wait until you get all the way up here to your second take profit to take all your profit. Take 50% out here, and then move your stop loss into break even and let the rest ride. And like, again, worst case scenario, you get stopped out of your trade in profit, and best case scenario, you get stopped out of your trade in even more profit, right? So it's a win-win situation, y'all. It really is a win-win situation. Josh Burson says, if my computer dies, just assume that you got the 3,000 likes and remember him. All right. Yeah, guys, yes, I clarify that the 3,000 likes must happen during this stream. It can't happen after the fact. Yeah, it can't happen after the fact. And you know what's cool about this strategy is like we can go through and just look at all the times it happens, right? In recent history, all the times. Let's just mark them out, right? Let's just mark out every single time that we could have entered a trade here. Let's do the vertical line there, and then the vertical line here, and we'll just go and see. We're so far we're two for two. We're 2 for 2. So let's see. This next one here started to print. 50-minute wave under the zero line started to print, and what do you know? We get this this green trigger wave and a money flow cross at the exact same time. If you get trigger wave and money flow cross at the exact same time, you know that you're golden. And so we would have entered our trade right here, and you know, set our take profit somewhere up there. Our stop loss would be below this last wick, this last swing low. And where would we set our take profits? Well, we'd be looking for a place where price has historically found the sticking point. So you know, the first one would be right up here, and what do you know? We hit that pretty much perfectly. The second one would be right here, because we can see that this was a level that was respected. We whipped up to it, it was support, and then flipped to resistance. And you know, we hit both of those take profits pretty well. And you know, once we hit our first one, we can move our stop loss into break even. We hit our second one, and when we hit our second one, you had the opportunity to either close the trade or just let the rest ride in case we keep going higher. And eventually you would have been stopped out of this trade after 2 take profits, and that's pretty good, right? If you take, you know, 50% out here, 20% out here, that's most of your profit. You don't have, you can mess around with that based on your own risk management. I'm just showing you the entries that you always have an opportunity to take profit. Not always, but a lot of times. And remember, guys, this is not financial advice. And if for any reason somebody does think this is financial advice, not only will you lose all your Bitcoin, but you'll lose all your Bitcoin. You'll lose all your Litecoin, all your popcorn, all your Indian corn, all your candy corn. You're going to lose your keys, your Ethereum. You're going to lose all your fiat currency. Your house is going to burn down. I hope not. So please, guys, don't think that this is financial advice. Okay, I don't want anybody to lose everything that they have simply because they thought I was giving financial advice. All I'm saying is, you know, if we want to be entertained by backtesting trades and paper trading trades, we can look at these dots and see, look, okay, this one prints here, and we're waiting for either the money flow cross or the trigger wave. So we get the trigger wave right here. We would have entered right up here, long position right here. We would have had to put the stop loss below the last swing low, which was down here. It's not the best entry in the world, guys, because that stop loss was pretty thick. Yeah, this is actually not not the best entry in the world, but at the same time, you can see that we would have still had an opportunity to make some profit here. And if you're scalping this and we enter here, you had the opportunity to get a nice 0.5%. And if you're using like 3x leverage, that's you know, 1.5%. That's not a bad move, right? That's not a bad trade. Let's go to the next one right here, the one we had today. We start printing the wave, and unfortunately we wouldn't have entered. We would have missed all this pump. If we're sticking clearly to the strategy, we would not have entered until up here, where we enter right here. And you know, even still, we still could have made a nice 0.7% on that trade. You know, that's the thing. Again, if you're using these types of strategies, you're not always going to catch the whole move. You're not always going to catch the whole move, but you are going to catch part of the move. Okay, and if you had entered this trade right now, during just a few minutes ago, right, about an hour or so ago, you would currently be up, you know, 0.6%. Yeah, 0.6%. Gabriel Lugo, am I in a trade right now? Yes, I am in 2 trades. I am in an Ethereum trade and a Bitcoin trade. My Ethereum trade is up 103%, and my Bitcoin trade is up 66%, almost 67%. And actually, I'm in 2 Bitcoin trades right now. I'm in a Bitcoin trade from another account, a trade that I posted in the Discord here. Let's see, Bitcoin trades. I'm long from. No, where am I long from? I'm long from around 56.8K. From around 56.8K. I posted this last night at 12:27 a.m. right? Big Butts 28 was telling me I need to stop looking at my phone and go to sleep. But I'm recalcitrant. And now we've hit all of our take profits. Well, not all of them. We hit 2 of them. Wait, no, we hit all 3 of them. I guess this is a misnomer. Take profit 3 was hit. And honestly, guys, I'm honestly kind of hoping that we get up to the 59K level. I'm kind of hoping. I've been in these trades. Wow, where are they? I've been in these are like swing trades. I've been in both of these trades since like Wednesday or Thursday. I kind of forget. But Ethereum, I've been in since like I don't remember the exact number. I don't. Do I ever lose? Oh yeah, of course I lose, Mulches. I lose all the time, man. Everybody loses. That's the thing. But here's what you have to do. You have to make sure that when you're entering these trades, that you have good entries, because what the good entry will do is it will prevent you from losing. Like the losses become insignificant if you have a good entry. I know that sounds crazy, but if you have your levels marked out like what I went through at the beginning of this video, and you know, for example, let's say you know that when price comes down to this line, you're going to look for a long entry. You have a very clear-cut trade where you have a very clear entry where you know, okay, if I see that we're bouncing off this line, I'm going to enter. I'm going to put my stop loss below the last swing low and set my take profits coming up this way. This is a very clear invalidation point, right? Because if you think we're going to get a bounce off of here, and instead we come through and you get stopped out, you know, okay, I'll take the loss and wait for the next trade. And then let's say it happens again, right? We come down and we bounce off the line, and you say, okay, I'm going to try again. You try again. This time you don't get stopped out. This time you get the win. And so really it's just finding high probability trades. You're going to find levels where there's lots of confluence, where there's going to be some kind of reaction off the price. And when you find those areas, you just have to find the area with lots of confluence, look at Market Cipher, and then enter the trade. Use good risk management so that you're not risking a lot of your account. Never risk more than, I don't like to risk more than 5% of my account on one trade. And I honestly recommend for new people, don't risk more than 0.5% of your account. Okay? It's possible to enter trades and not risk more than 0.5% of your account. Shout out to C137, like throwing a rock from a roof to a trampoline. Yeah, if you are, when it comes to these Market Cipher bounces, like, when we're on the 4 hour and we see something like this, right? We see that we've printed a red trigger wave, and we come down and print a green wave lower. It's like throwing rocks off the house from the trampoline, right? If we come and we throw a rock from this red dot to this green dot right here, it's like throwing a rock onto a trampoline from ground level. You're gonna get a little bounce. But it's not gonna be anything too significant. But if you throw a rock from the top of your house, or even better, from the top of a tall building, like this, from this red dot all the way down here, from the top of the building all the way down to the trampoline on the ground, you're going to get a massive pump, like this giant 4 hour candlestick. Or again, right here, if you throw a rock from here all the way down here to this tight, juicy green trigger wave, so juicy, we've got the money flow crossing over from the red into the green, you're going to get a massive bounce to the upside. Kaboing! It's like Tigger and his tail. In fact, I'm going to write a book called Tigger and His Tail. It's going to be a technical analysis book, and I hope all of you guys read it. Joseph the First says Ethereum is about to pump again. Shout out to Robert Heiser, who says he learned a lot from me. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate that. Yeah, Ethereum, man. Wow, this is crazy. This is just insane. And when we get to places like this, guys, to be honest with you, if anybody's longing here, you could make money, but it is a gamble. It really is a gamble, because there is no objectively good long entry here. In fact, I would say there's no trade here. I would say there is no trade to make right here if you're not already long. You need to wait for price to come down and find an objectively good entry. That's what I would say. And yeah, ETH is just, this is out of control. You know, this is out of control. And I do think there's the potential, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I think there is the potential for ETH to pump another 50% during this bull market, or more. Um, but but right now there's no good trade to enter. If you're not already long, there's no good trade to enter. And don't FOMO into trades, because I guarantee if you FOMO in to an ETH long right here, guess what's going to happen? I guarantee that the molecular subatomic quantum physics reaction that will happen from your finger clicking that buy button on Bybit will cause the price to do something like this. Come all the way down. Probably, I think honestly, if you long on Ethereum right now, I think that the next support that we're coming down to is probably right down here at about negative 203,237 and 85 cents. Right down here, negative 200,000, and that's a lot of money to lose, guys. That's a lot of money to lose. And so, you know, I would say that there is no trade here right now. Things are just super overextended, and there's no way you can stack the probabilities in your favor right now based on technical analysis. What I would do is I would come back to our charts, right? And I would say, okay, let's take a look at some of our fib levels that we have pulled up on this chart here. Well, first of all, a place that I would be looking on Ethereum, and a place I always am looking, is, you know, the 21 EMA, right? If price comes down and retests the 21 EMA, that's a great place to look for an entry. If price comes down and tests this level right here, where we have a high volume node and a fib extension level, okay, a fib extension level, and this was acting as support. We were trading on this level from April 28th all the way to April 30th for 2 days, even more than that. This was resistance all the way from April 27th for 3 days. This was a level, and also there is some confluence, you could say, with the 21 EMA. If we come down and we pierce through the 21 EMA and come to this level, this is a great place to look for a long, assuming that the uptrend continues. Because the trend is your friend until the end. So if you want to get in on this price action, wait for a retracement. And the way you're going to do that, guys, is when you see Ethereum starting to dump for certain, right? When it's starting to dump, you see it dumping, what you're going to do is you're going to pull out your fib. You're going to take it from the swing low of the move, which I would say is right here, and you're going to pull it up to the swing high. Let's say we start dumping now. If we start dumping right now, and you're going to look at these fib levels, and you're going to see, okay, where am I going to look for an entry? You're going to look for an entry where the fib level lines up with your daily support and resistance with the high volume nodes. You know, if we did dump right here, where would I be looking for a long? I'd be looking for a long somewhere in this zone right here. I'd be looking for a long definitely down in this zone right here, right? Because we have a high volume node, we have a daily support and resistance level, and it's the 618 retracement. So, you know, if we came back down to test the 2450 area, that's a good place to look for a long. You want to be able to find a place where you can enter the trade knowing that you can risk very little with the potential to gain a lot, right? If we come down to one of these levels that we have marked out, then we'll know for certain that, like, let's say we come down to this high volume node right here, we come in between here, and we start to get a bounce. Well, then it's very easy. You're like, okay, we're in an uptrend. The trend is my friend. I'm going to set my take profit at the next fib level. I have a very clear place to put my stop loss, which is below these levels of support, right? Below these levels of support, because I know that my hypothesis is we're getting a retracement and we're going to get the bounce off of this high volume node / daily support, come back up, and continue with the uptrend. So if price does this, then you know it's time to get out of the trade, and you exit with a small loss, and you wait for the next trade. You wait for the next trade. You don't freak out. You don't get upset. You say, okay, I tried. It didn't work. Where's the next trade? Well, the next trade would be if price comes down to these areas here. And every time price gets down to these areas, you look at Market Cipher, see where the direction is heading. And again, you know, we come down, your hypothesis, we're going to bounce off of here and continue with the uptrend. So again, If price for some reason comes down here and does this, again, you exit with a small loss. You don't worry about it. You wait for the next trade, because if you find these good setups where you're able to risk very little and get a lot, then you're not going to lose a lot, and you're just potentially going to win a lot. And ETH is not respecting any trading rules, but we have to understand when things get so hot on Market Cipher, they get hot and heavy. They get hot and heavy. It is Valentine's Day, guys. It is Valentine's Day, and things can get hot and heavy. You know, you go out to a nice restaurant. You have a few too many glasses of wine with your spouse. Things can get hot and heavy. You know, the flatulence on the way home can get extremely hot and heavy, especially if depending on what kind of food you had. And the car is going to start to smell. Right, Big Butts 28? She says it's gross. It is gross. It is gross. But sometimes when you eat that Mexican food, when you have 3 burritos from Chipotle on Valentine's Day, it gets hot and heavy, all right? So when this oscillator gets hot and heavy, sometimes it's hard to cool off. It's hard to cool off, and it's not going to respect the rules. But we have to remember, it's not going to go up forever. It's not going to go up forever. And here's the thing. The thing is this, guys. There are going to be plenty of opportunities to get into trades for the rest of your life. So don't feel like you're missing out. Take it as a learning experience. Sit on the sidelines, study your TA, and wait for another good entry. They're going to come. They are going to come for sure. For sure. And honestly, the next entry I would be looking for Ethereum is a short, probably from this fib extension. Just a scalp. Just a little scalp. Like the scalp I took here, right? I took a little short scalp here for Ethereum. Where did I post that? Right here in potential Ethereum trades. You know, saw the bearish divergence forming, saw that we were getting the money flow crossing down, and you know, I entered an ETH trade, and guess what? It hit one take profit, a little tiny take profit, and it was not a bad trade. It was a small win, right? Yeah, I'll probably do that again. Whoa, how did I do that? So, yeah, the focused vision brings up a good point. Memory Man, run away from the flatulence, bro. Tigger in his tail, a great NFT. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Alfredo Corona? Yeah, guys, so FOMO into the like button. Again, you know, if we can get this stream up to 3,000 likes, I will give away 0.1 Bitcoin. Can you believe that? 0.1 Bitcoin. Yeah, Ethereum, says Damo. Yeah, Ethereum. Yeah, that's what it's called. Roman, why don't I ever share my trades? What do you mean? I don't have a video on the color of my charts. But honestly, guys, it's so simple. What I do, you just go, you right click, go to settings, and it's the blue, just the top blue, and then the purple right here, the top purple. That's it. That's really it. And then I make the borders and the wicks all the same. And then for Market Cipher, you just right click Market Cipher. Hang on, you gotta click the gear right here. The gear right here. Go to style, and I just change all the greens and reds to these purples and blues. As simple as that. The money flow, purple and blue. You know, the only thing I keep red and green are the buy and sell dots. It's nothing too crazy. Yeah, 3 burritos equals gas fees. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. So when the oscillator gets hot and heavy on Valentine's Day, and you go out with your spouse to a fancy restaurant, things are getting hot and heavy, you have too many glasses of wine, you know, if you're eating, you know, Chipotle, you know, the fanciest restaurant in the world, Chipotle. And when I go to Chipotle, I don't eat a little bit of food, because I never eat Chipotle, and I can eat a lot, guys. I can eat a lot. I could easily eat 3 burritos and still be hungry, right? But I'm telling you, the beans, They will. They will give you. You will be paying those gas fees when the oscillator gets this high on Ethereum. Okay, those gas fees will be quite high on Valentine's Day if you're going out to the restaurant and things get hot and heavy. Okay. AC is too cold. Says, does anyone else feel? Does anybody else feel a Bitcoin dump coming? You know, I have been feeling that Bitcoin dump coming for some time, and I'll tell you where my first place to feel dumpy is going to come. Whoa, what is this? I don't want. The first place where I'm going to feel dumpy is going to be up here in this right around here, right around 59K, right around 59K. I think there's a lot of confluence there to feel dumpy. And I'm actually going to delete these blue lines, guys, because these are not. This is not part of my TA at all here. I'm actually just going to delete this whole chart here because this is not my real Bitcoin chart. I'm going to make it fresh again. Remove drawings, remove indicators. There we go. A fresh Bitcoin chart. Yeah, I could totally foresee a dump coming because, you know, I'm expecting something like this. Zoop, zoop, where we come up not quite to the all-time high and then have another dump. Because usually that's what happens, right? We usually consolidate in that way. Zoop, and then zoop, not quite the all-time high, and then another dump. Everyone gets super bearish, bull market's over, zoom, massive pump. Same here. Zoop, zoop, come down, super bearish. Oh, it's the bull run over. I don't know. Everyone's talking about it. Is it over? I don't know. F2 pool, and then zoop, another all-time high. That's how it works. You know, F2 pool comes in, manipulation. Everyone gets angry. You know, everyone's coming out. Is the bull market over? I don't know. I'll come out, make a video. I don't know if the bull market's over. I'll make a title. Is the bull market over? You know, a clickbait thumbnail. Then I'll say, nah, I don't think it really is, but it could be. It could be. Alfredo Corona thinks we're going to hit an all-time high and then dump. Huh. Interesting, Alfredo. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. We have a lot of resistances to come through. If we can get above 63.3K, man, if we can get above this level right here. Let me go to my real Bitcoin chart. If we can get above this level right here, these two lines, this strong area of resistance, then I would say, yeah, we'll hit an all-time high. But we have some resistance to come through. I mean, we have to come through this 59K level. We have to come through this 61.1 level. And then if we can come up here, then I think we'll hit the all-time high. But we have some resistance to get through, man. We have some resistance to get through. Yeah. Wow, guys, we have this is weird. I got an alert for a 3-hour green dot on Bitcoin. Didn't we have a 3-hour green dot already? Or did it just confirm? Oh, it just confirmed. Okay, it just confirmed. I must have had it once per bar close. Yeah, so that's cool. We just got the 3-hour green dot. Let's take a look at this tiny little candle. It's just an infant baby candle. What a cute little guy. Ah, it is cute. Yeah. He's like my baby son. My baby son. Yeah, let's see if this little cute guy can grow. We can make him grow simply by making our screen bigger. But that's manipulation. We don't want to manipulate the market here. I'm not F2 pool. I'm going to keep it chill. I would like to see this come up to the 59K level at least. Shout out to Andrew. Yeah, thanks, Andrew, who says everything I just went over was gold. How's Grandpa Litecoin? You know, Grandpa Litecoin is pretty good. He's pretty good. You know, a lot of you know I'm always trying to get my grandfather into Bitcoin, and he always tells me, son, you know what? I ain't getting into none of that Bitcoin stuff because I only trust in one currency, and that's the U.S. dollar, backed by the integrity of the United States of America. But now he's into the Litecoin, and he likes it. He loves the Litecoin. And guys, Litecoin, I'm bullish on Litecoin. I'm very bullish on Litecoin. I have some really good trades planned out for Litecoin this week. I have some really good trades. I talked about them today in the VIP live stream that I posted. Right here. No, where was it? Right here. Yeah, I guess this was at the stream. Yeah, if it's a Patreon exclusive. So if you become a Patreon at patreon.com/JasonCasper, every week I do a TA video where I actually go over where I'm looking to enter swing trades with thorough details. Yeah. A-Dog Crypto, I do see a dip coming eventually, guys. I mean, it has to. It has to. It has to come. Like, what goes up must come down. I'm pretty sure that there's a song about that, right? Doesn't CryptoFace play a song? A rap song? You know, I'm quite Caucasian, so I'm not the best rapper in the world. But I am thinking of having a mixtape. The lowest Ethereum we could see, says George Ziotas. Well, you know what, George? Litecoin is drinking a Coors Light. That's so funny, man. You know, the lowest that we can go. Here's the thing. It will always go lower than what you expect. It will always go lower than what you expect. Do you guys remember when we hit a $2,000 Ethereum? Do you remember that? Do you remember when we hit that? I do. I vividly remember when we hit the $2,000 Ethereum, and people were saying, you know, back here, like, you know, you're never going to be able to get Ethereum under $1,300 again. Then they were saying you're never going to be able to get Ethereum under $1,500 again. Then we came all the way down to $1,290. So I think it's like it's going to come lower than what we expect. That's just how these bull markets are. We're going to get these major corrections, right? Everybody FOMO's in at the top, and then we get a 37% correction, and that's normal. And this is still an uptrend. That's the thing. Nobody would look at this and say we're in a downtrend. If this was the 5-minute time frame, you'd be like, man, sick uptrend, right? So if we do get a major correction on the daily and we come down and we test, you know, the 21 EMA, or we test the 55 EMA, that's normal. Look at how many times that's happened during this bull market. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess you could say 6, 7 there, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times we've come down and tested the moving averages. So, you know, if it happens now, it's not too crazy. It's just not that crazy. Of course, now it would be a 27% dump, which again is not that crazy because back in when we hit 2000, we had a 40-something% dump, right? I'm sorry, a 37% dump. So, you know, we're definitely going to have some kind of a correction, right, Big Butts 28? She says definitely. She knows her TA. Big Butts 28 knows her TA. Where's Steve? Jason, can Bitcoin hit 59,000 by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning? Yeah, I think so. I do. You know, that's one of my levels that I'm looking out for. I think it could. I mean, we came up and we hit, you know, just a few days ago, 58,525. We're seeing that we're getting the momentum, right? We're printing a fresh 4-hour trigger wave with a money flow crossover. On the lower time frames, we have to cool off a little bit, but what's going to happen, I think, when the 12-minute, look at the money flow, nice and thick. We just need to cool off a little bit, print a tight trigger wave, maybe here, maybe down here. We get this clear direction, the money flow getting nice and thick, like some thick raw yogurt, where when you open up the yogurt, it has a little bit of cream on the top, and that's the best part. And you try and save it for the rest of the family, but oops, you ate it all anyway. You know, so yeah, I think that could totally happen. I think that could totally happen where we get the pump, because you know, look at the 24-minute. It's like the way it works is we have to cycle through the time frame. So the 4 hours giving us the momentum upwards. What has to happen is these time frames here have to cool off a little bit and then come and give us that tight trigger wave where we can see that clear direction to the upside. That's what has to happen, guys. That's what has to happen. Yeah, lick the lid, says C137. Yeah, gotta lick the yogurt lid. We don't get that kind of yogurt though, C137. We get weird yogurt. We get the raw yogurt, the kind that has a warning on it. It says, warning, if you consume raw dairy, you'll die a horrible death. Yeah, that's the kind we get. Ash says, our stop loss is good ideas. Heck yeah, they're great ideas. Because here's the thing, I know it's so crazy, but a stop loss will stop you from losing. You just have to make sure that you're finding a good entry. And again, guys, if you want to find out all about that stuff, seriously, check out the course. I know I keep showing it, but all the questions will be answered on how to have good risk management, how to do your TA, how to find the good entries, how to have a strategy that works so that you can be profitable and confident and not just like guessing and asking YouTubers about stop losses, you know? So, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to have to cut this stream. Crypto Bitcoin says ETH, rocket, rocket, rocket. Yeah, absolutely. Ankit Official says LOLL. I had a friend named Ankit in high school. He was a cool guy. His family owned a hotel. A shout out to Mary Shaw, who loves the course. Okay, guys, the discount code for the course. Let me give you guys the discount code. Yeah, there is still time for the 3,000 likes, guys. If we can get this stream up to 3,000 likes, I'll give away 0.1 Bitcoin. You're gonna have to go into another stream and get people over here. You're gonna have to go on BitBoy and say, go like Jason's video. All right, I'll give you guys the discount here. Let's see here. Where is it? Here we go. It's Jason is so dang cool. That's the code. The first thing I do when I go to look for a trade is I look for the support and resistance levels. Jason Casper Trading.com, and here's the code. Lewis, yeah, Litecoin I'm super bullish on. I'm super bullish on Litecoin. I have trades planned out for the week. There are channels available in the Discord that are for Patreon exclusive only, so that's why you might not see them all. Shout out to Memory Man, holding it down in the chat with the wrench. Memory Man, I love you, bro. I like your philosophies on life. I like your emoji messages. Bar none off grid. I'm sorry, man, that doesn't count. Clicking the like button 3,000 times does not count. Am I going to close my ETH position? Well, honestly, I've been taking profits out along the whole way. I'm just kind of letting it ride. I don't know if BitBoy has completed the course. The time for the course is 15 sessions SK. Each one is an hour and a half long. Yeah, A-Dog is correct. There are VIP channels in the Discord if you become a Patreon, worth every penny. Shout out to you, A-Dog Crypto. I do not invest in Power Ledger. I'm sorry. Shout out to TTL Crypto and Mitch and Foil the World. Foil the World. What's up with your what is that, Foil the World? Is that like a company or something? That looks interesting. All right, guys. May the Lord bless all of you in the name of Jesus the Messiah, and receive this blessing in the Hebrew language. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael. Which means in English, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause his face to shine light upon you, and may he have grace upon you, and may the Lord lift up his face upon you and give you wholeness. In the name of Jesus, the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen, amen, amen. Okay, Scott Francis wants to know about the Patreon. All right, so guys, Patreon, SK, the course is not live, it's pre-recorded. Patreon, go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. The information is there. The Harrison clan. Ever since I smashed the Jason Casper like button, I can eat chicken wings without getting my fingers messy. That's awesome. Shout out to C137. Shout out to Big Butts 28.
I'm checking into the code.
Into the code?
Yeah, someone said it to me. I'll check into it.
Okay. If the code didn't work, okay, Timba T, Jason is so dang cool. Okay, we'll check into the code. Yes, it is the codename Blessing, SK. It is the codename Blessing. Yep, the priestly blessing. Yo, Tom, am I Jewish? Perhaps. Perhaps. Crypto Faces live now. Nice. Well. Oh, shout out to Brenda Dahl. Brenda Dahl, please explain Bybit fees and holding in non-stable coin strategy to keep more gains. I'm not sure I understand your question, Brenda. Maybe send me an email and maybe I can give you some information. My email should be in the YouTube about. Yes, SK, you can do it on your own time. I do not speak Portuguese. Yes, I use Keto Rules. I use Market Cipher. You can get a 5% discount by clicking the affiliate link here. I use just regular old EMAs. I use regular old horizontal lines and trend lines and volume indicators, all free stuff in TradingView. The only paid indicator I really use is Market Cipher. Oh, shout out to Joseph Morales. I'm glad you liked the Discord. Yeah, we have some awesome people in the Discord, guys. Oh, SK, are you descended from the Levites? That's cool. Why do people use Bybit over Binance? Because it's easier to use and you can trade the inverse perpetual contracts. Yeah. Cool. Alright, guys. Peace, and I'll see you all later.